Welcome folks, Technivorous here. This is Cura. Now Cura is a 3D object slicing application. It's used in conjunction with your 3D printer to make almost anything. But how does it work? Stick around and find out. We'll go over each setting one by one, each in 5 minutes or less, and be sure to bookmark this playlist and hit that subscribe button. Please feel free to share, it helps us out a ton. And now without further ado, today on Cura settings in 5 minutes or less, 2021 edition. Technivorous channel is brought to you by these fine Patreon supporters. Check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/technivorous. Technivorous channel is brought to you by these fine Patreon supporters. Very detailed or very complex models. Now I will show you this whole model in just a second, but this circle here is basically what we're going to focus on. You can see it has a red circle with a yellow line through the middle, and that is denoting that it is printing the circle, and then it is going to fill it in. So this little circle here would not get filled in if I did not have a couple of settings turned on over here. Now these three settings, like I said, are very detail oriented, and if you want to make sure that your geometry comes out as exact as possible, you're going to want to make sure that you have these settings set the way that they are right here. So fill gaps between walls we have set to everywhere. Filter out tiny gaps and print thin walls are both turned on, and that is going to eliminate any spaces inside our model, as well as ensure that we are printing walls that may be slightly smaller than our nozzle size. Now, it's not going to be able to print it smaller than nozzle size, but it will ensure that that wall is there. So if it's a very thin wall that's structurally important to the model, you're going to want to make sure that you have this checked. Now, I told you to focus on this circle here. We're going to go ahead and unslice everything. We'll change our settings back to what they were before. We'll slice it again, and I'll show you that circle is just a circle. There's nothing filling it in. And in most cases, that won't be a problem. It is a very small staff piece that this guy is holding, and you'll see that in just a second. But basically, when you have a bunch of little parts like this, you're going to want to make sure that you're having the filter out tiny gaps, print thin walls, and fill gaps between walls all turned on, because you're going to want to make sure that it's doing its best to duplicate the geometry of your model. So sometimes using this print thin walls feature can backfire, and that is because, as I said, it is not going to print the wall thinner than the size of the nozzle. It's physically impossible unless it drags it too fast and kind of strings it out. You're not going to get any sort of good geometry from that. So let's go ahead and spin around so we can't see our print head. And you can see that, yes, it is just a circle here. It is not doing the infill like it was when we had the other settings turned on. So I will zoom out. We'll take a good look. I'll show you this whole model here. Let's scroll on up. And you can see that because the pieces of this are really small, there are some spots here where it's having trouble printing, and those aren't going to come out right. So these spots, let's see. This might be a good example here of this thin wall feature. Some of those horns are a little bit too thin for it to print. You can see the thickness of the line width there. So let's go ahead. We'll do everywhere. Filter out tiny gaps, print thin walls. We'll slice it one more time, and we'll take a look and see if that has any effect on the fine details on these horns, because it should allow us to get a slightly better print. Although those horns are going to come out slightly wider than they are on the model, they will actually come out attached. So we'll just give it a minute to finish slicing here. And while we're waiting for it, I'll give you a heads up that we are going to be talking about horizontal expansion in the next video, and that is a very important thing if you're making parts that are supposed to fit together and print separately. So stay tuned for that. That video will be up tomorrow, probably about the same time as this one. We're going to do another premiere. So this guy is taking a while to slice. You can get a pretty decent view. We can actually go back to prepare mode while we're waiting, and you can see what the model's supposed to look like. As I said, this is a miniature I did in ZBrush, and it was one of my first sculpts, so there are some defects in the model geometry, although I'm not getting a non-manifold error, so it is relatively decent. Jump back over to preview mode now that it's finished slicing, and as you can see, there are some new colors in these horns. Now, still having a problem printing this super thin feature here, but it did fill in the gaps in these horns here. So the model is not perfect now, but it is a lot better than it was without those features turned on, because obviously if it doesn't print this yellow part, it's not going to be able to print the red part on top of it. So if you're doing something very detail oriented, you're going to want to check those features, make sure that you have them turned on, activated, and ready to go, because your model is going to depend on it. That's going to be it for this video, guys. We will see you in the next one.
Well, that's it, guys. That's going to wrap up this video. If you've noticed the shirt, the merch is available. Go ahead and check out the Teespring merch link down below. It won't be available on a channel store until I reach 10,000 subscribers, and so far I am just about to hit 5,000. So it'll be a little while, a couple more months before you see this on the actual channel, but they are available now. I have a couple other designs. Feel free to pop over there and check them out, and know that any purchase through the Teespring site definitely helps to promote our site here and increase the channel's ability to make videos in the future. So we appreciate all your support. Don't forget to check out the Teespring link, check out our Patreon link, leave a like on this video, and hit that subscribe button, because we have a lot more coming at you in the coming days.